Did someone say epic Krieg super trench line versus chaos? I think someone did. You definitely said nids, and if you want Tyranids to go up against the very same defense we used in this one and the previous video, let me know down in the comment section below. My name is Diplex, welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2. This is the Warhammer 40k mod, and we're back, as I said, on that beautiful map made by Mr. Bloodmoon. This is the epic Krieg super trench, but, you know, someone pointed out in the comment section, you know, if a spacecraft or a spaceship just, like, went by this and fired some of its main weaponry, this would, you know, be rendered completely useless. And it's true, this is more of a Maginot Line, you know, for ground combat, but how does this make any sense building when you have spaceships that can destroy several acres of land in just single shots, I suppose? Well, anyway, you know, nothing ever makes perfect sense. Why do we still have tanks today, you know, when you've got aircraft and air superiority, which is the shits, you know what I mean? So, but, you know, you still produce tanks. You still need them for some things, I suppose. So, I guess a trench line isn't completely useless. It isn't completely useless. Maybe you need spaceships everywhere. I don't know. Anyway, guys, we're doing the Blood Pact. I decided to not go with the Plague Marines or the Death Guard, because they kind of poison each other. And also, I do believe the Kriegsmen here with the gas masks are immune to it. I believe everything has been taken into account. And also, we're doing the same kind of, like, zoomed-in field of view, because it's really nice, and I guess there's roughly 10 waves, just like with the orcs, so the battle's going to last roughly the same amount of time. Overall, I think it'll be a pretty good fight. I'm pretty excited. We're going to focus on one point at a time and kind of go down below like this, or go down in detail, because you guys have really been asking for this, like close-ups and stuff. And, you know, in any future video or battle I make, I'm going to try and get you guys more close-ups. I don't have to see it all at the same time. You know, things are going on here. You know, things are going on there. It's in a movie. You see certain things at certain times. I'm just always afraid of missing out, the FOMO. Like, what if one guy gets his head blown off in a cool way? I don't want to miss that. For anything, you know? I'd rather miss my daughter's wedding. I don't have one, but, I mean, you know, it's that kind of... I'm joking. That would be pretty fucking cynical. Anyway, guys, without enough shit talk, let's get the battle going, Kriegsmen. So, plenty of chaos, invaders, Blood Pact, once again, supported by some traitor marines. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of troops coming in, and it's going to be a pretty crazy battle. Oh, shit. Oh, there comes the dreadnought. Oh. Slowly walking in, firing its twin cannon. That is a pretty massive gun, let me tell you. I don't know what the mil is on that, but that could be like 80 mil. Firing, you know what I mean? That is pretty insane. Based on the size of those shells. Actually, probably more like 50 mil, but still, pretty insane. Mortar barrage landing nearby. Oh, it's going to be rendered ineffective against that dreadnought. It's taking a... Oh, nice hit by a melta-gun. And it's going to be brought down. So this battle resembles more World War I than the previous battle, which had more of a Zulu feel to it. More of a horde feel. This is more of a trench battle, you know, with the exchange of fire and the lesser movement. The chaos attackers are staying more at bay here, utilizing their firepower instead of rushing in. I suppose they could also be waiting for heavier machinery. So that's a quick look at the right flank. It's looking pretty good so far. Chaos staying at bay. Plenty of artillery support here for the Kriegsmen defending. That dreadnought is brought down. Super quick thing, because I'd like to avoid a discussion. This is a pretty big gun, right? Like, if just for reference here, let me just quickly place down a single human being. It doesn't matter who, really. Just a Talaran soldier, right? Okay, so this is more than 50 mil. I thought I was being generous. This is more like, I'm not sure you can actually find out. I suppose there might be some ammo type in the game that shows. But this is more like, yeah, this is more like 88s. That's definitely the same thickness of a flak 88. I mean, it's just full auto 88. I mean, of course, armor piercing or something like that, because this wasn't high explosive, but it's just insane. That's just absolutely insane. I mean, being hit by one of those and like I don't know, what's the rate of fire? 200 rounds a minute or something like that? That's pretty insane. Probably more, like 300 rounds a minute. I don't know how many rounds a minute that is. Whatever. Back in action, guys. We're going to move over to the left flank, where the Kriegsmen are holding firmly. Look at that guy, hip firing. Oh! And he's turned into a fucking cloud of blood. Jesus. Meltagun is torching some troops back there. That could also be a self-imploding flamethrower soldier who's been struck in the wrong place. Or the right place, if you ask the Kriegsmen. Oh, more artillery landing, but also another walker is coming in. That is pretty nasty. Yeah, that's more like 180 rounds a minute, I'd say. I'd say that's around 3 rounds a second. Actually, more than that, because it's a twin gun, so if you combine it, it's probably close to 500 rounds a minute. Because it was definitely more than 180. Why do I get caught up in certain odd subjects and topics sometimes, and I can't drop them for a few minutes? Well, either way, you don't want to be hit by one of those. Oh, nice job by the Meltagun. Good tidings, he brought them down. But I have to say, now the Chaos blood-packed troops are definitely starting to inch closer. They're getting to the first line of defense here. We'll soon have... Oh, that Space Marine almost made it into the trench. Almost. Oh, well, he's alive. And now he's not. Look at that, grenade launchers returning fire. That's pretty awesome. But the first heretics are starting to enter the trench now. Left side is doing a little bit worse. The center is definitely doing the best. Oh, I thought he was going to be crowned the first, but no, there's nothing left of him now. Maybe an eye of his got into the trench. These guys got tiny SMGs that are pretty awesome. Kind of like a Uzi in a way. Did I mention this is fiction? Very kid-friendly, trust me. Anyway, guys, so battle rages on here on the right side as well. We're going to swap over. This is a flank where there's a lot of Krieg firepower. In fact, this part here is closest to the rear, where they have heavy artillery and machine guns at the ready, as well as numerous Kriegsmen. So this right side is definitely always the last to fall. It was in the previous video as well. But looking at the left side, just from a distance like this, is pretty awesome to see how they're actually kind of entering the trench. Lots of artillery is supporting the Kriegsmen. But things here on the right side are pretty calm. Definitely no reason to panic. This is just everyday life for a Kriegsman. No panic here. Center is looking pretty formidable as well. Lots of support from the rear, but the left side here, in the center left, is suffering greatly. But still, no Chaos feet in any of these trenches. That's pretty insane how they've kept them at bay, despite being so outnumbered. Here's a Kriegsman, and he's being surrounded on all angles. The blood-packed troops mainly use kinetic weapons. We have a few kinetic weapons with the Kriegsmen as well, but a lot of blast guns as well, or laser guns, energy weapons. Look at this brave radio man. They know that is a broken arrow. That is definitely danger close, but he's holding up. Oh, he's going to be torched. Oh, well, he was done. Multiple of things were done to him. Post-death, incineration, mutilation, decapitation, implodation. As you can tell, there's a lot of firepower here once they actually start massing their numbers. Oh, grenades are being used. Oh, air impacts. That is pretty awesome. All right, guys, it definitely looks like the troops have conquered the left side trench. So now they're going to be fighting with the rear guard here. Or not the rear guard, but the rear. The primary defense line. That is a lot of Chaos troops. And now they're going to be kind of like moving their way down the trench towards the center. This is definitely an underrated view. It definitely gives a nice kind of like angle or a view of the battlefield. Right side is doing dandy. Oh. Oh, that is a great shot. You don't want to miss out on those. But it seems everywhere we look and anywhere we look, we'll be blessed with such incredible scenery. Oh, that is absolutely amazing. Oh. Oh, jeez. Look at these men bravely fighting Traitor Marines, Chaos Space Marines, 3 times their size. Yep, they're holding firm. Holding every inch of ground. The supporting artillery is aiding the men as much as they can. Look at those blood-packed soldiers being thrown into the air. Meltaguns finishing off the Traitor Marines. Right side is doing good. Even the first line still has troopers in it. The second line is usually the one to survive a bit longer. It's very crucial that these heavy weapon soldiers do survive. Because this guy, he deals damage. Oh, he lost his left arm though. That's no go. Okay, back on the left side. How are we doing back here? This is where the attack is just continuing on and on and on. That flak gun, that quad barrel flak inside though, that is nasty. And it's turned into a bit of a trench fight right now. We've got the blood pact back here, just kind of, they're staying easy. They're holding for now. They're returning fire. This is very World War I-esque in a way. Are you alive, buddy? Well, lead with example and courage. Fire away at the enemy, Chaos. Come on. I think he might inspire. No. I guess Chaos don't really inspire. I don't get the feeling that the Blood Pact is the most loyal of Blood God followers. You know what I mean? I feel like there are definitely more hardcore. But, yeah. Well, it definitely feels like the attack is dying down a bit. We have a pocket of attackers here in the center, but like the firepower is just, it's not enough to beat them. And this is approximately as far as the orcs got. I think what's definitely benefiting the orcs in this case is the fact that they were rushing at the enemy. They were mostly melee based. Every single orc wanted to fight melee, you know? And that's not the same, with these guys. It's definitely not the same. So I'm gonna try and send these guys up and kind of like put them to some kind of use. Like, let's go at the enemy. We need to rush them one last time, like at the bunkers, like it's Omaha Beach. I feel like I want to do a D-Day with Imperial Guardsmen in the landing craft and all that. That would just probably be quite amazing, actually. So definitely have to look into that. Maybe even if there was a modder that could replace the LCVP with like some heavy bolters as the machine guns, and then reskin them, and then have them, you know, fit 30 guardsmen. Honestly, that would be insane. I would really much like that, and I'm definitely trying to get that going as soon as this video is over. All right, guys, I don't think the Chaos is in for any more luck than the Orcs. In fact, less. The Orcs did way more damage to the trench line here. Even though the numbers for the Chaos attackers have been staggering. The Orcs were simply heavier, and they used... In a battle like this, you have to rush at the enemy. Too many Chaos soldiers are staying low. There's just not... They're not encouraged. They're not inspired enough. Weak. Oh, big explosion. I feel like they're trying to breach into this right side. You could say that they've definitely defeated the first trench line, but the second one stands almost untouched. But with plenty of guardsmen, kriegsmen, whatnot, killed among the ranks. I think this was a pretty cool video, very gruesome. To put an end to a possible future discussion, let me just... the main gun is I think that says automatic. Automatica, or something like that. But I do want to find out, so... I am going to place a... it might say, it might not. I'm not sure. Chaos Dreadnought AC. 32. It's not a 32mm. That's for sure. No, that's more. If I can just do this, that's the gun right there. If I type in flak, I want the 88, of course. We can just take an 88 U-boat and put them next side by side. That's almost bigger. It could be 100 mil, 90 mil, who knows? 95. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. I reckon that is a valid comparison. The shells look like they could just about fit there too. Cool. Weird discussion. Why do I care about numbers? I hate maths. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Here's a cool little ending picture. The traitor marine rushing up. And there's an explosion right there. This is very cool. Look at this landscape. It's just written with death. So if you want to see a Tyranid battle next, let me know, and I would gladly provide. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon again. Ciao.